Hello everyone and welcome to the JPEC Effect, where we sit down and talk with student entrepreneurs that are making waves in the real world.
I have a roommate who snores all the time.
Mouth tape is really huge, so I don't know if you want to politely suggest that.
Because no matter how many books you read, podcasts you listen to, there's nothing that's going to beat firsthand experience.
Honestly, my brain, I feel like I live in a little bit of a delusion land sometimes. I feel like nothing is truly ever a failure.
Welcome back to the JPEC Effect, where big ideas meet even bigger ambition. Today's guest, he didn't just build a business, he's building robots that built a business. And we're talking with Keegan Fogarty, a mechanical engineer student here at the University of Iowa, who somehow makes coding sound fun. We'll talk about JPEC, how JPEC helped turn his idea into a startup, all while balancing classes, being a student, and everything else that life throws at you. Can you explain General Robotics to the general person who doesn't know anything about it?
Yeah, so I worked for 3 summers at a small manufacturing plant. And this plant was heavy pushing towards automation. They wanted to automate multiple different assembly lines. And I got the opportunity to see all of the issues that they had with automation. So the idea kind of sprung there. How can I help these guys? What can I make that helps these guys and other manufacturers with their automation goals? And so what I found is that project planning and communication is one of the biggest parts of the whole process that really can throw a wrench into the works. And so I developed a software where engineers can build everything in a virtual environment, the whole assembly line process, bring in conveyor belts, drop in robots and sensors and all the before even buying any real life hardware.
When did you decide that you were going to start this business? Was it through working with this company, or when did you decide to build General Robotics?
So yeah, I had the idea. So I started with a different idea back during my internship. I wanted to build a robotic arm that could move like an elephant's trunk, be very flexible. And working through JPEC, I found that there was a lot of issues with that idea. I ran into some on the physical and mechanical side, and then there was more with the actual marketing side of it too. So I decided to pivot to the software of what I'm doing now. But my journey with JPEC started back freshman year with a completely different company that ended up turning belly up, and then I went just a different direction. Yeah.
So what was that first idea that you had?
Freshman year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was called Solace Biotech. It was a new way to, basically a new way to make biodiesel. I think it's a great idea. It's not my expertise, and it wasn't anyone on the team's expertise either. So we decided to just kind of go our separate ways with it, but that idea is still on the back burner for maybe sometime in the future.
So we talked a little bit with Dana about failure. So, and we say failure in quotations because it's a learning aspect.
Exactly.
So how do you feel that failure has helped you build General Robotics that you are now doing today?
Yeah, I learned so much from that process, and team working was a big part of it. I learned about how I act as a leader and how I can be better as a leader. And that was I'm an engineer background. I don't have a business background. So that was my first introduction to all of the business stuff. And so taking everything I learned, how to work as a team, how to lead a team, how to plan a project, and now applying that to my current company it's made me able to go a lot faster and a lot more efficient in my work.
So also the team aspect that you keep saying, how important do you think a team is to building a business?
It's incredibly important. Businesses, there are solo entrepreneurs, but even solo entrepreneurs usually have, advisors and things like that. That's kind of where I'm at now. I'm the sole owner, but I have advisors who kind of help guide me along my way. Building a company is hard. And you're going to run into problems, and having somebody to fall back on and help, give you advice, even if you don't follow it, it can be huge.
Going back to the JPEC part a little bit, so how exactly have they helped you?
Yeah. So JPEC has connected me with so many people. I've met potential customers through JPEC, and I actually brought on 2 advisors through the people I met through JPEC. So I'm a part of the startup incubator, and through that they give you once you get to a certain level in your company, they assign you a business coach. And so Keith Chiavetta is mine, and I meet with him weekly. And he guides me through so much stuff and gives me advice. And he's really just a really good sounding board for ideas. And so that's like one of the huge things that JPEC can do is connect you with like anybody. I mean, the alumni network's huge, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is slightly backtrack. How did you, so you're from Illinois.
Yeah.
What made you come to Iowa, and like, how did you find JPEC?
Yeah. So there were actually 3 schools that I was really considering while I was in high school. It was University of Illinois, University of Iowa, and St. Ambrose. St. Ambrose wanted me to run on their track team. Hip surgery kind of derailed that, but I toured Iowa's campus and I loved it. The engineering school is not huge, which I saw as a benefit because, you know, I know all my professors, my advisors know me by name, you know. It's not just, I'm not just some, you know, face or a name on a, you know, paper. They actually know who I am. So that was a big thing that brought me to the engineering school. And then once I got on campus, I came in with that Solace biotech idea. So I was just looking for ways to get support with that. And that's when I found JPEC.
Has JPEC changed any, would you say, since your freshman year and now? Like, is there a lot of changes that have happened?
Yeah. There's a ton of growth in the program. My freshman year, it was a great program my freshman year, and it's an even better one now. I mean, Janice Baldus is one of the directors of the startup incubator now, and she's doing so much for outreach to find new company ideas, and like every day she's asking us what can be made better about the program, and she's doing her best to implement those changes. So
awesome. Yeah. Okay. So you're a student and engineer as well. So what has been the hardest part in trying to build General Robotics while also being a student?
It's balancing that schedule. I mean, I'll have, like this week, I've got a ton of homework due and 2 exams like next week. And I've got deadlines that I need to hit for my company to stay on track for the beta release. And so it's just balancing, you know, my company is important, but so is homework and so is exams. So finding time to study, finding time to work on homework, and then also finding time to work in my company is difficult. And that's where a team can help. You know, if I had, you know, a team of engineers, I could have some people working on some stuff while I maybe take a step back when my schedule gets a little more difficult. But it's just schedule balancing. And so that's something that Keith Chiavetta has helped me on a ton, my business coach through the startup incubator.
Can you elaborate a little more on what he does, like, for you, like, and how important his role is for you?
Yeah, so we have weekly meetings set up, but I mean, he emphasizes all the time that I can contact him whenever I need help. Say I'm trying to decide, you know, do I work on like more customer discovery interviews, or do I just kind of go forward with what I have now? If I don't, you know, he's got a ton of experience that he brings to the table. He started a business when he was in college, and then many more after that. So the experience that he brings to the table is huge for me, and he's helped guide me down paths that I wouldn't have even seen before. So,
all right, that's the halfway timer for the fun segment.
Okay.
Started.
No, you're good. I was done anyway.
I'm gonna give you some like basic everyday items.
Okay.
And then you have to imagine how to make them smarter and what they would do. So like, if you were going to implement General Robotics in a sense, it's a little different.
Yeah.
To these items, I'll say.
Okay.
What would they do?
So like smart items, like a smart TV or like
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that?
If I was going to say a toaster, you could say something like, it texts you when your toast is about to burn.
Okay, yeah,
like
I got you.
So what's for a backpack? Let's say a backpack.
A smart backpack?
Yeah.
I think a smart backpack should be able to, I mean, it should have a GPS inside in case you ever lose it, or if you get lost, like say you're hiking and maybe you slip on a trail and hurt your ankle. You should be able to have GPS location to find where you're at. Maybe even like a satellite phone inside that you can just, press a button and connect you to emergency services. Track, distance walked and things like that too.
Awesome. So, okay, that was pretty good. All right. What about a pillow?
A pillow? It should have temperature regulation. That's
Okay. I
think.
agree.
I mean, I hate it when my pillow gets too like hot. You know, got to flip it over. Temperature regulation. Maybe it should monitor like your breathing at night. Like it could listen to your breath and see. You know, some people struggle with sleep apnea. That might help. You know, snoring. I think that'd be pretty
Okay,
good.
I'll do a couple
There
more.
should be an alarm inside of it too.
Okay, I agree. Yeah. Okay, toothbrush.
Toothbrush. Should measure the. I don't know if this is even possible. Measure the amount of plaque on your teeth to tell you when you're done.
Okay, yeah, that'd be good.
Or like the strength of the calcium that is building up your teeth. I don't know. I'm not a dentist or anything, but
Okay. What about? Okay, I'll just say a shoe. A
shoe?
What?
step tracking. It should be able to tell you when my shoes are kind of old and getting dirty, but it should tell you when they're getting worn out to make sure your feet are always comfortable.
Okay.
And then maybe it should tell you when you should get up and start moving again if you've been sitting down too long at your desk. Yeah.
That's good. Those were good. That was actually really good. You came up with that quick.
Oh, thanks.
All right, I'll get back into it. So there's a quote that you had said in one of these talks that you had.
Yeah.
And it says, this isn't about taking jobs, it's about changing jobs.
Yeah.
Can you unpack that a bit and like what that means to you?
Yeah. So a big fear that I've seen before about automation and robots in general is that they're going to be replacing human jobs with robots. But that's not necessarily the case. I've seen, especially the small manufacturer I worked at, most of the time the robots are just there to supplement human work. So a robot isn't going to completely replace a person. It's just going to make their job a lot easier. So now, say instead of a person having to, bend all the way down into a bucket and pick up a part and put it over here, the robot can pick up the part and put it on the conveyor, and then they just have to, screw in a bolt or whatever. So that's kind of the big thing, or even just to the point of just monitoring the robot. And so the benefit to the company is robots are a lot faster and more precise than humans are. So they're still getting a huge benefit from the robot, but they don't have to cut the person entirely, to see that benefit. So.
Have you already implemented this into have people already taken on this?
The software?
Yeah.
We're currently in the beta development. So we have companies signed up on our wait list for once the beta is ready, but they haven't implemented it yet. We've been in talks with customers to build the software around their needs, but we don't have any real use cases yet. Goal is by the spring to release the beta.
Okay. And so let me get it. Is it it's AI with also mixed with physical robot things, or?
So there could be AI. That's not a main feature of the program at this point. So think about if you have, say you're wanting to get a new couch for your living room, and you take a picture of your living room, you can virtually put a couch into your living room. And then it's kind of the same way. You can design, you can mark the parameters for where you want your assembly line to be. You can drop in a conveyor belt, drop in a robot, tell the robot to pick up a piece and put it on the conveyor belt, and then watch all the motions of it. So it'll help a company plan all the hardware that they're going to need. It'll help them communicate the idea across management teams and even outside companies who are coming in to build the assembly line for them, if that's an option too. And get estimates of cycle time, so how long the whole process is going to take.
I know you kind of mentioned this earlier when we were talking, but what do you see for the future of General Robotics, and also beyond that?
Yeah, I want my company to help especially small manufacturers. There was a statistic I heard. I don't remember the exact number, but it was we need to automate at the very least 20% of the jobs that we have now to keep Iowa's economic output at the same level. Automation isn't easy, and that was by 2030. By the way, we needed that done. At this point, it's not feasible for small companies to automate everything. It's expensive, it's complicated. So what I see my company is being the enabler for that and helping these small companies reach their automation goals.
Okay. And do you have the idea with do you have any other ideas that are looming in your head, like the one that you had mentioned earlier?
I've got plenty, but those are for down the line. So
Okay.
I've got my dream company is. I'm sure there's some things kind of out there, but I've kind of termed it eco robotics. So robots that go out and help clean the environment. So something that could go pick up, litter off the sidewalks or in the grass, or a robot that can go clean up microplastics in the ocean or stuff. That's my absolute dream. So I gotta get there first.
Okay, well that led into my next question. I was going to ask you, when you're growing up, what was your dream? And then kind of walk me through how, like, even through JPEC or as you've gone through life and grown up, how has that changed and led into this new dream that you have, or this dream that you have now? Yeah.
So growing up, I always wanted to be Iron Man. That's a big reason I'm an engineer now, actually, is because, 5th grade, I got a group of my friends together. We're like, yeah, let's build an Iron Man suit. So we had all this planned out. We were going to do it. Unfortunately, I'm not Iron Man yet, as you can tell. But so my dream pivoted a little bit, but I still want to help people. And that's my main goal in life is to, I want to help people by inspiring hope into others. And so I want to do that through my companies. I want to do that through the money I make through my companies, be able to, fund programs and stuff that just help the world and inspire others.
Was there someone in your life that you really looked up to that was a huge inspiration to you? And or do you have a quote or your own quote that you live by that gets you through life?
Yeah. Growing up, I always looked up to my dad. My dad's he's a great guy. He was always there for my sporting events. He helped coach me and everything I wanted to try when I was younger. And then he also led by example. I remember one time we got our haircut. It was around Christmas time. We were getting our haircut, and he gave our barber it was like $20. But that's a big tip, And he afterwards he kind of turned to me and he was like, I got a big bonus. He was a mechanic. He's like, I got my boss gave me a nice bonus this year. He's like, I just wanted to help give to others. And so I thought that was awesome, because he was just talking about how he needed a new pair of shoes. But shoes are so expensive. And here he is now giving money to other people instead of, spending it on himself. Watching him do that kind of stuff helped make me who I am today. And so, yeah, my dad I looked up to him growing up.
Has there been any weird or funny things that have happened while trying to build this startup, or anything just out of the ordinary?
There's been, there's definitely been some hiccups in the road. One of the coolest things that's happened was actually with my old company. We flew down to Texas to do a pitch competition, and we were excited. We were like one of the finalists in the whole country to go do the pitch competition. So it was a really cool experience there. We get there and they have all this food set out, and there's a live mariachi band playing. I'm like, this is awesome. The next day we go and pitch, and we lost to a granola company. And so that was kind of unfortunate, but that was a cool, kind of a weird, cool experience that all came from the whole.
That is the thing.
Yeah.
Huh. What do you think it takes to be an entrepreneur?
It takes a reason to do it. You have to have some kind of goal, because it's hard. You're going to run into issues. You're going to run into setbacks. You got to have something that's pushing you to keep going, something that you can hold on to. And if you don't have that yet, you can find it somewhere. Everybody has something that will push them. And so finding what that is for you is incredibly important for
and to also
entrepreneurship.
go kind of sidetrack from that. Do you think that you're born an entrepreneur, or do you think that you can become an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I think you can. I think there's both. I think some people are born with that kind of, that urge to be an entrepreneur. And I think some people find it along the way. I think engineering and entrepreneurship are very similar in some aspects. So maybe I was born into it, but growing up, it wasn't my goal to start a company. It was my goal to be, Iron Man and just build cool stuff. But now I've kind of developed that, like, I want to build stuff for people to use and improve their lives and stuff. So I think it can be learned along the way.
Okay, I feel like Iron Man is such a huge inspiration, though, honestly, because like, what's the name of the girl, or like girl, but it's like his computer program?
Oh, Friday.
Yeah.
Or Jarvis in the early.
Yes. That would be so cool to like. Maybe someday you'll.
I've thought about that. I've thought about that in the future as an AI assistant company. That'd be cool.
That would be awesome.
I might be a little late to the game on that one, but it'd be cool.
I don't know. Maybe you could somehow do the hologram thing that it is.
That would be cool. That'd be sick. Those, you know, I would. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Yeah.
All right. So here's our segment of. We just call this Take Your Shot. And it's in correlation to a business, so you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So, Keegan, I'm going to give you this. You have two shots.
All right.
And you can either, we're going to have you stand back here.
Okay.
It's a little bit farther away.
Sure.
But if you don't make it, then you got to take a selfie and post it. Yeah, selfie of shame.
Okay. All right.
Selfie of shame and post it onto the JPEG account. So,
sounds good.
Okay.
I've never been a great shot, but we'll see.
It's okay. I mean, we were trying to shoot earlier and it was not. Couldn't make anything.
All right. Let's see. Ooh.
All right, that was actually close. That was close.
We were getting there. Where'd that go?
All right. Here's the final shot.
All right. Oh, yikes. That was bad. Oh, man.
I actually thought that one was going in.
Yeah. Apparently, I miss 100% of the shots I do take. So.
Thank you guys for tuning in for the JPEG Effect. Thank you, Keegan, for telling us about General Robotics and telling us how coding is so fun.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.